his life, Sasuke Uchiha has been a man who's been on every spectrum of the ninja world. He's been a loyal Konoha ninja, he's been a rogue ninja studying under Orochimaru, and he's been an Akatsuki affiliate, and he's also openly plotted treason against the 5 Kage. However, currently in the Boruto era, Sasuke for the most part is acknowledged by a lot of fans as having a redeemed character, someone who's atoned for the sins of his past by serving as the Shadow Hokage of Konoha. While it is true that Sasuke has indeed turned a new corner, getting your arm blown off by one of your best friends tends to have that effect on people. It also appears as if Sasuke Uchiha still cannot escape the sins of his past. Given that the Boruto anime has wrapped up the Mujina Bandits arc, I thought it was time for us to start diving into some of the information that we got from the Sasuke Shinden novel, The Teacher Star Pupil, that's set in this time period before the Owl arc of the Boruto manga. Now, it's in this novel that we learn that while Sasuke is extremely popular, largely due to his super ultra rare ninja card being very popular among players of the card game, there is also a line in passing that shows up in this novel that shows that there are still those who have not forgotten that the man serving Konoha from the shadows during this time of peace, had he not have been stopped by Naruto, could have turned the world upside down and ruled it as a tyrant. And those people, they have not forgiven Sasuke. We learn this information in the prologue for the novel, and there's a moment when Konohamaru has an internal monologue where he's riding on the lightning train back to Konoha, where he spies Sasuke Uchiha seemingly asleep on the train. As Konohamaru gives his thoughts on Sasuke, a very surprising nugget of information is dropped into our laps. While Sasuke is very popular with the younger generation, there are still those who have the reservation about Sasuke, even though we're now 15 years removed from his acts of treason during the 5 Kage summit, where he attacked the 5 Kage and killed the man who was appointed to be the 6th Hokage when Sasuke killed Danzo, and later on in the war when he openly plotted to kill the 5 Kage after sealing away Kaguya. I know somebody's writing in the comment section right now like, Sasuke cannot catch a break, damn it, he helped save the world. You're absolutely right. However, what I'm gonna do now is add a little more context for you guys, and I'll begin reading the passages in question from this novel and then come back to you guys my thoughts, and it's here I'm gonna begin quoting. Anyway, by no means did Konohamaru expect to meet or see Sasuke on the lightning train. Konohamaru turned around in his carriage. There was a mother sleeping with the infant in her lap, an old couple splitting a meal amongst themselves, and a young couple returning from traveling too from the looks of it. These people were unrelated to the bloody world of the shinobi lifestyle. Konohamaru couldn't help but notice that they were casually sharing the same carriage as regular villagers who had benefited from the peace times and luxury additions like the lightning train that allowed them to travel from Konoha to the hidden sand village in only a few hours, opposed to traveling over 3 days. Sasuke was generally very difficult to get a hold of, which is why it surprised Konohamaru to see him sleeping on the train. He's also very popular because of his super rare ninja card. On the other hand, he's still seen in public by many as being a criminal who's under probation, only allowed to roam free because of the Hokage. He has numerous friends as well as even more enemies, and yet he still happens to be sharing a ride on the lightning train alongside Konohamaru and all these innocent people. No one seems to have noticed Sasuke in the carriage though, and it's because of that that there's absolutely no uproar, for better or for worse. End quote. Now this right here really strikes me as interesting because a lot of fans feel like Sasuke in the Boruto era has 100% been forgiven, but by Konohamaru's internal monologue we see that Sasuke is still yet to win over the hearts of some people in his generation who now have their own kids, as well as some people from the older generation who were adults during the conflict of the 4th Great Ninja War. The lines about Sasuke both being viewed as popular due to a super ultra rare ninja card that people like Boruto like to go after because they want to collect the card, and then being referred to by many as being a criminal currently on probation should be both relieving and still be alarming at the exact same time. On one hand, Sasuke has done quite a lot to redeem himself, yet on the other hand, this is exactly what Sasuke was told by Kakashi in Naruto chapter 699, or for those of you guys who are anime only fans, this should be around episode 480 of Naruto Shippuden, where Kakashi warned him that not everyone wanted to see Sasuke released, and that had Naruto not spoken up for him, Sasuke would have spent the rest of his life behind prison. Even in the time afterwards, years after this moment had happened, Chino still viewed Sasuke through the lens of hatred, and it bubbled through the surface during the Sasuke versus Chino fight. Even in this monologue, set 15 years after the end of the 4th Great Ninja War, Konohamaru still mentions that no one seemed to notice Sasuke, which both means that there aren't any children who recognize him via his ninja card, and it will stir up a commotion as well as those from the older generation, or even from Konohamaru and Sasuke's generation, who still haven't forgiven Sasuke. Konohamaru notes that because none of this happened, that nobody's decided to make a scene. In my opinion, while this isn't much, I do like the fact that Sasuke still has some whose people's hearts he hasn't exactly won over. It makes this new hero's journey that he undertook when he left the village after the war. It makes this journey feel a lot more earned, especially when you consider the fact that he's had many daunting tasks that Sasuke's had to endure in the name of supporting Naruto from the shadows. Well guys, that's gonna be it for this edition of Sasuke Shinden. Depending on how you guys react to this video, I might cover more from the novel, but as always guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. Have an awesome day guys.